she goes up like this. And then when it drops to come down, that's when it released, and she just tumbled.
They were screaming when they came back, and they were trying to get out of the restraint, and they were screaming, my mom, we got to get my mom, she's gone.
And the park workers were kind of taken back by it and didn't really know if he was being serious or not. Once they realized that he was being serious, then they rushed to go assist her.
It didn't hit me until we got back down to the bottom, and I said, like, she was no bigger than I was, like that could have been me, and then I lost it.
Tragedy strikes in Arlington, Texas, and it has us asking the bold question, are thrill rides unsafe? Let's take a look at the evidence with Vinny Politan. He is over at the HLNTV.com evidence room.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's take a look at some of the statistics, some of the facts related to all this to give you a better idea. And right now I want to start with some statistics just dealing with roller coasters, not all thrill rides, but just roller coasters. And we begin with the death rate. And this is an area where we have seen an absolute increase. Let's take a look, because from 1994 up till 2004, where we got the latest statistics, you see that they have more than doubled, going from 2 up to 7 deaths. Again, this is just for roller coasters. Let's take a look at some video now of this from Knott's Berry Farm as to what happens when things go wrong. And here you see a bunch of folks stranded on this ride. No one was harmed, although some folks may have been a little bit scared hanging up in the sky for that long. Now, let's take a look at the injury rate here. And again, this is just for roller coasters. And we take a look, 2,500 injuries in roller coasters. But we don't have the numbers for all roller coasters. This is just for the type that you get at a state fair or at a carnival, the mobile ones, because they're actually regulated by the feds. Big theme parks, however, not regulated, so we have no numbers for injuries on roller coaster rides there. Obviously, it'd be more than 2,500. How much more? We don't know, because they don't keep those numbers, and they're not regulated by the feds. Let's take a look now. This just happened last week out in Sandusky, Ohio, where they have a boat ride that overturned. There were injuries at this theme park, but nobody really heard about it. It really wasn't that big in the news until this disaster in Arlington, which begs the question, how many times does these things happen that don't necessarily get reported? Now, this is going to be the scariest part of everything when we take a look at the actual way in which people die on roller coasters, when we look at the manner of death. Ejected from a ride after a collision with a car whose anti-rollback device failed. Ejected from a ride after the anti-rollback device failed. Died of internal abdominal injuries after being thrown forward when the ride came to an abrupt stop. Caught by moving equipment while performing maintenance and thrown to his death. Ejected from the ride after the roller coaster derailed. So those are some of the ways people have died, but the bottom line here, Ryan, is that it's not always in the news unless there is something as tragic as what happened in Texas.